Tan Yok Ni arrived, a young man on his own. He peddled cloth at first, but later grew rich, trading gambia and pepper, his shop on Boat Quay. Ku Cheng Jong came from Amoy, penniless. For 7 years he peeled pineapples, made bricks, hauled sacks of tapioca flour. Then he began trading under his own shop. His will was worth more than $1 million. Tiger Lly arrived aged barely 12, went to work in his uncle's chapetiao, sweeping the floor, weighing out rice, packing sugar. Nightly, he swallowed his tears all the way to his stomach. He became a grocer, then ventured into the copra trade. He died owning ships and sago factories riverside at Havelock. Lim Kui Eng arrived from Fujian. He began as a bookkeeper. He impressed his Tauke, who looked favourably upon him. Kui Eng married the daughter, and took over the firm. So many stories with the same beginning, childhood chapters of poverty and degradation, in which the victim struggles to survive while learning the universal laws of life and labour. That to survive, a man must work. That work is never-ending. That the greatest fear is not hard work, but having no work at all. That a day without work is a day which does not deserve rest. So many stories of lives going nowhere, until suddenly a new chapter. Here, by the Singapore River, they vigorously wrote their own history with a fairy tale ending, in which victims became heroes. Found daily peace and solitude? No. I was always on guard, scanning the faces, the gestures of all around me. Even the Chinaman, fresh off the boat, took his revenge on my useless ears. At dusk, I'd escape to the river, squatting with a large tea, the kind poured cup to cup. It was easy to show the hawker that. I'd watch the water as it ran smoothly, soothing over my soul. I felt at one with the river. There was a lot of life inside it that the people never saw. Day after day, for 30 years, I did the dhoby, scrubbing sweat-soiled sarongs and shirts and underclothings, slapping out stains against the stone steps, casting them clean to dry in the sun. And every evening, I saw the people slip off home, tired and filthy from the river labour, the sodden cotton clinging to their backs, dark rings under their arms, their skin clinging to their bones, dark rings under their eyes. Oh, how I wished I could wash them too, and lay their spirits out overnight, to be worn again with clean, smiling faces. How I loved the cha-cha in the years before the war, when a better class of visitor would take me on the floor, and the swirl of lace and satin to the rhythmic naval band made me thrill to step with pleasure, the captain on my hand. But when the dance was over and the night had cast its spell, there was always the age-old question: home or his hotel. My bed in a noisy tenement, walls damp with the river's stink, or a night in sweet sheet luxury, I rarely pause to think. And in the morning awkwardness, we went our separate ways. He returned to service, and I to serving trays. We who survived talk little about it. Why? Some things are best forgotten. And if they cannot be forgotten, it is best they are left unspoken. When the surrender came, I swore there were things I'd never do. But before the Japanese departed, to my shame, I'd done them all. That's what I could never forgive. Not the bowing, kowtowing, the daily humiliations they delighted in. You can swallow pride and still behind a downturned eye let silent rage knot up some rags of dignity. But to become no better than an animal and sing to anything in order to survive, that stain time has not scoured. I hoarded rice in a sack, buried in a secret place, and when Siu Kim, with whom I'd shared so much happiness, came begging for her sick daughter's sake, with stone in my heart and false sorrow in my mouth, I said that I had none. I sent her away with nothing but my deceitful words. Out of our mouths into hers? No. No meal ever tasted so bitter. This I cannot forget. I won the war for survival, but I lost my battle for humanity. And I crawled through the river of my soul, glad to be alive, though I lived as a rat.